Bring on that sexy Hungarian Aussie ASMR voice, ooh baby. Bring on that sexy Hungarian Aussie ASMR voice, ooh baby.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Fuck! I scored my first norm, bitches! Ooh. We are on YouTube. Sheesh. I didn't say that. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to dive right into it. Tech support first norm is scored. No worries. Baby. Baby. First norm done. I really want this camera to go like this, but I can't do that. Okay, that's for another day. I need to sit very straight up like that. Oh, well done. Well done, Petrosian Tigran, for crossing 19 hundo. Alright, let's go. I am YouTube question. Am I taking students? I cannot tell you that answer until I figure out what I'm doing this year, which is going to happen within the next 2 weeks. I took on a bit of an extra coaching story that I will talk about once it's finalized. It's actually quite exciting news and exciting shenanigans. So yeah. But for today, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to look at some absolute banger attacking masterpieces. And in that spirit, we are going to kick off. And our friend in the black trunks is going to be one of the greatest players that Yugoslavia/Serbia has ever produced. I invite everyone in the chat to take a wild guess of who that player is. No Central Open. No, I have not. You do realize that I do not live in the USA, so there is an element of randomness to that question. No, I have no idea. Right. Bishop g2, knight c6. Very timid. d5 would have been the correct choice, but we'll forgive them. Bishop c5, knight e2. White is doing some really, really rando, weird opening business. But we are not phased. What would you do with black here, folks? What would we do with the black pieces here, folks? Gligoric is good guess. He would be my number one pick. This gentleman is the second. Ah, Rengao, shout out to you. Shout out to you, sir. So if it wasn't Gligoric, then who was it? Jazz, d6, bishop g4 is counterproductive because bishop g4 walks into h3 and you can't really retain the pin, I'm afraid. So knight f6 is definitely our move because we know that we develop knights before bishops. And this move also has the upside compared to d6 that it allows us to play in certain positions for a particular move that white foolishly allowed here by playing the very suspicious pawn to c3. So what would an aggressive chess player play here, who has already gone through Chess Principles Reloaded Centa, the greatest chessable middle game course ever, soon to be published in book format, by the way. D5 indeed. This is why you don't play D6, folks. This is why we don't play D6, because the knight definitely goes to F6, but the pawn may or may not go to D6, it may go to D5. That is how we roll. So, D5 played, B4 played. Which way are we retreating? Yeah, that's right. As soon as I say retreat, people go like, uh-oh, so this is a sack then. No, we actually do retreat. We do need to play here bishop b6 because we definitely want to keep an eye on the diagonale. Below pants, the problem with your d6 move is that in this case c3 would actually work quite well, and now we are going to lose the fight for the center after d4. So this is not really a playable scheme at the moment. It's not a bad idea, like it's definitely something that should be on the radar, but I prefer knight f6 d5 ideas. Okay, so b4, bishop b6, take, and bishop a3. Now white e plays very, very, very naive chess. Obviously they are hoping to sell this b5 idea and cut castling out, or if we were to castle then b5 and then we would have to drop back and then things would look a little bit wonky. So what do we do? What do we do with the drunken sailor? Petrosian Tigran says, let's go bishop to g4. Now that means that Petrosian Tigran also has my Chess Principles Reloaded development course, because he has learned to bring all the boys to the party Yasser Seirawanism. Very good. Shout out to Sushi in the house as well. Bishop g4. By the way, we still haven't identified a player. Just saying. So who is playing behind the black pieces? Still one of the greatest Yugoslavian. In fact, if we are going by ranking on the FIDE list achieved, then he should be before Gligoric. Because unless I'm mistaken, this guy was 4th at his peak. If you call Leko Serbian, I am going to personally find where you live and we'll have an eye-to-eye, my friend. I love my Serbian brothers, but I'm not gonna give Leko away. That is not happening. Maybe it's the butcher Big Mio from YouTube. Yeah, it is Jubojevic. Of course it is Jubojevic. Yeah. Oh, shish kebab. I just played the move that I wanted to ask you. Now, as luck would have it, it's actually not good. And when I went through this game, I had a feeling that this was a bit of a bluff. But boy, do I like this move a lot. Now, out of curiosity, what do you think is the best move here for black? Not knight f4, let me tell you that. Nero, good day, my buddy. Welcome in. Welcome in. Castles. No, I don't like castles. Too timid. I don't like the lack of aggression there. Well, oh wow, wow, wow! I'm already so proud of my YouTube viewers. Noman Nezio says that b4 has already worked out for Paulsen. Who can tell me what this guy is talking about when he says b4 has worked out for Paulsen? This is actually a key information because that's exactly why Jubojevic played knight f4 here. Oh man, you are my hero. Can you please subscribe to the channel 5 times? The correct answer is queen d7, by the way, because of course we want a castle this way. But why is this guy on YouTube talking about Paulsen? Why is b5 not a threat? Because you just jump away with the knight wherever you want. So ladies and gentlemen, I will have to answer the question because no one is paying attention to Noyo classics. No die classics. This was the famous Paulsen Morphy scenario where Morphy landed a queen on d3. Exactly, fillet of fish. Exactly. And so that's exactly why Jubojevic played the same thing, because here he wanted to do the same story. Play queen d3, shut down the entire queen side, and murder the dude on the king side. That's it. This is Jubojevic for you, playing no die classics. Textbook case. Absolute textbook case. By the way, it's quite incredible, but we have got more viewers on YouTube than on Twitch. I think my time on Twitch is coming to its premature end. So, rook e1. By the way, for those of you guys who are watching me on YouTube, I have a very interesting question. Can I ask everyone to identify themselves in the YouTube chat if you are watching me right now on a phone, not on a computer screen? Ulises Castillo, hola señor, hola. So if you are watching me on a phone, I would like to know that, please. So what do we do after rook e1, ladies? Let's go back to guess the move. I've got one phone dude so far. Okay, 3. Oh, it's Ari. Hey. Good to see you, sir. Good to see you. I tell you why, by the way, it's very interesting. But I was advised by a YouTube expert that when I stream on YouTube, I should stream frequently on YouTube short layout, which is the phone-friendly layout. So we are castling. Excellent. Now, our friend on YouTube who asked me why is b5 not a threat, we are now going to give you an answer. We are going to give you an answer. What would Asian Bunny... Oh, sorry. Ljubomir Jubojevic play here. Freudian slip. Oh! Well done, Ari. Well done, buddy. Well done. Well, put your pieces in the center would be a little bit difficult because knight d4 is not playable here, right? Exactly, Petrosian. Very good. Knight a5. And the idea is that we are invading via c4. Now, the engine is being really cruel, by the way, and labels knight a5 as an inaccuracy. And if you then can guess the best move for black here, I'm going to accuse you with all kinds of dirt. It's not queen b5. It's one of the most outlandish moves I've come across in a very, very long time. Noyade, you are welcome. I'm watching you on TV because you are worth it. Oh man, I wish I could give you a hug and a cuddle. Tanner J. Meeborn. I am hoping that you, friend, will achieve your dream. Make sure that you watch all the Amateur's Mind videos first. And Al Thompson in the house. Hello, senor. How are you going? Okay. Hold on to the edge of your seat or hold on to the leg of your girlfriend or a boyfriend if you have one, because this is gonna blow your socks. The move recommended by the Mighty Machine is G5. It is absolutely insane. And the idea, of course, is that if BC, then we just go GF. And wow. Oh, Noyade is watching on phone and telling you are a freaking hero, man. I love you. Yeah, takes B7, King B8. We are 2 pieces down and we are probably winning. The idea being, by the way, that White has an incredibly clever tactical strike here. In fact, it's even better in this position. Can you guys find out what I'm talking about? What very cute tactic does White have here? I would be very happy if someone found it within the next 10 seconds. White to move, be smart. YouTube says knight f4. Booyah, baby. Booyah. Because you need to remember that tactics is allowed for the opponent too. But now black has a very clever response. Gee, this game is beautiful. Cute kitty cat. Welcome in. Lovely lady. So what the move for black? Let me see. YouTube chat says nothing. Twitch chat says nothing. We're resigning, yeah? Welcome, welcome, cute kitty cat. So it's queen f5, guys. Defending the bishop, attacking the knight. Oh, it is my absolute pleasure. Speaking of the devil, cute kitty cat, I'm actually streaming. Wow. Streaming this on YouTube as well. And now after queen a4, just take f4 or the rook g8 is also interesting. Excusez-moi. And we're looking great. Queen e4, queen h5, and we are just pretending that we're not down a piece. Careful with taking d2 though, that's protected. Gee, this game is insane. Alright, let's go back all the way. So, instead we play knight a5. Not the best by any means. And the opponent plays bishop b4, which is definitely horrid. Now we get to shine. Thank you. Yes, that's correct. Bishop b4 was absolutely horrid. Instead fe5 was necessary. What now? G5, according to the engine now, is not that as great as it was before. Knight c4. Just come closer. Inching closer to the king side. a4. Complete delusional chess, acting like it is white who is attacking. Anyone with a plan, rather than just a single move now? Okay, EF is solid. I like EF a lot. But what do we do if EF and then they play A5? Actually, EF knight F4 is not a problem. We already know that because of queen F5. And that is actually now winning for black by force, yeah? Because this knight can't go anywhere because F2 is hanging. And the queen is hanging too, so this is already over. Yeah, after EF A5, we need to come up with the goods. This is where things are going to get a little bit pointy. Oh, viral stigma. Viral stigma. Here we go, baby. Bishop takes F2 check. King takes F2. And knight E3. That is the way to play chess, my friends. Going forward. Why not take EF? But we did. I'm confused. That is some sexy stuff. Well, knight b2 here. I might even be able to sack my queen. Yeah? And then take this and then be happy, no? There is gonna be some rookmate here. Holy cow! Rookmate is threatened. Jesus. The attacker has become the attackee. Oh boy, that is a brilliant line. Phew. Man with head of dog, unfortunately I can't give away unless you stay for the whole of stream. Queen is hanging, buddy. It's gonna be on YouTube anyway, so you can rewatch it. But it was Jubojevic. Yeah, so EF best, and after A5 it was Bishop F2 best. And now it is Carnage City. Yes, the game was 93. Yes. Yes, yes, and yes. 93 played. Can someone tell me how we can win after Queen A4? Chef Curry. I like that. Because I like Steph Curry and I also like curries, so... And there's nothing wrong with chefs either. Spot on, Loren. Well done. Knight G2. And the king cannot recapture because of Queen F3, King G1, Bishop H3. And this is gonna be mate very soon. I mean, white has Knight F4, but yeah, after Queen F4, it's carnage. It is Carnage City. So the opponent played Knight A3, but that obviously meant goodbye Queen. And what is the finish off move here? Bishop e2, knight g4? Yeah, that would work too. I believe that would work too. Maybe not. Maybe not, actually. Engine tells me that both b6 and bishop e7 with the idea of covering the 4th rank is quite obnoxious. So no, knight g2 is the better one because it creates a threat. Well, multiple of them actually. Check and this as well. Right, and the answer is exactly what I am seeing in the chat. So knight e1 takes and f3. Knight c1. What now? Feels like black wouldn't want to go away just yet. White rather. So what's the move after knight c1? Queen f5, correct. Queen f5. Very good, friends. Very good. And the final question. If you answer this correctly, you pass the test. Rook e8, not bad. Not bad. I think third best. Queen f4, very good. Introducing a double attack and thus a kill. Yes, very good. The game continued bishop h1, which not so surprisingly was also met by queen f4. And the game was over. All right, very quick questions. GG. Do we have any questions? Well, not always, but frequently, yes. F2 is... Yeah, 93 was an absolute beaut. I totally agree. Hakuna Malaka. Thank you, welcome in. Alright, are we ready to move on to the next one? Let's go. I forgot to copy it. That is brilliant, isn't it? Give me a sec. Give me a second and I'm gonna be all yours. The next game is going to be played by a person who was posthumously given the Grandmaster title, and he was a Hungarian player. Can anyone guess who it was? Can we follow the Plurp site on Twitch? Knock yourself out, mate. Follow them to your heart's content. Do I announce live presentations in advance? Sometimes when I'm better organized, I do. Usually when I am not organized at all, which is my general state of being, I don't. So I'm glad you caught me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Here we go. E4, because that's how we get to attacking chess. C5. And we are going to enter one of the most exciting variations of the Four Knights Classical. Bishop C4. Now this is really, truly a sharp situation. Thank you
Love
so much.
the YT videos, especially the Amateur's Mind series. Thanks for all the content.
Shout out to you, Strobex. Thank you so much, buddy. Thank you. So Bishop C4, the Velimirovic Sozin attack. Velimirovic was another beastly Yugoslavian, Serbian attacking player from the 70s. E6, Bishop E3, Bishop E7, Queen E2. As you can see, these peeps all purchased my Chess Principles Reloaded development course, because by move 10, White has completed development and is castled. I thought Bishop G5 was the sharpest. No, I don't think that is the right way to put it. I think Bishop G5 is the most principled, and perhaps even the best, but not the sharpest. Castles. G4. Now this move requires a little bit of cojones to play, because it appears that this pawn can be won by tactical means. How can black win this pawn, guys? That's my first question. The why they shouldn't do it is going to be our next question right after. Knight takes, and then E5. Exactly. So knight takes, one of them will retake. Then we play E5, which attacks this, and attacks this as well. Now, who has got the strength, the ambition, the desire to now prove that this is not a problem for white by telling me a very good line? You shouldn't lose your games like this, because this is actually not good for black. But we need to know how and why. The immediate pawn push is really bad on account of knight f5, yeah? So that's no go. Because that gives up the d5 square, and it lands my knight on f5 in a marvelous attacking outpost. Definitely not playable. So what should we do against knight d4? What should we take back with? And then what is our response to e5? This is my question. Yeah, Fedorov is a very big aficionado of this variation, correct. Queen takes g7. What? So, I'm confused, Lauren. We are supposed to calculate knight takes, something takes back, then e5. Okay, Noyade is now giving us an interesting variation. So Noyade says that after knight takes, we can take back with the rook, and that means that after e5, we can lend the tempo with rook c4. My question to you, ladies and gentlemen, is Noyade correct or is Noyade wrong? And no one is answering the question. Okay. Well, in that case, it shall be my pleasure to announce that Noyade is correct. This is the way to refute this idea. Because now if the queen buggers off, then you have got g5, then you have got knight d5, and black's position is completely, hopelessly dead lost. So, this is the reason why knight takes d4 is not playable. One more time, e5 is really bad on account of the instant knight f5. And so, the two moves that are very, very popular in this position, or three I should rather say, for black are knight a5, hunting down the bishop, knight d7, kind of preempting g5 and rerouting to c5, and the last one is b5, launching an instant counterattack. In the game they played knight a5. What should be our response? No brainer. Three-hawk bishop takes g4 is always met by f3. I don't know at what point you wanted to play that, but the queen was hanging anyway, so that is no bueno. I don't know what tempo Georgie the G is talking about, but if you elaborate on that, I will be answering that too. Jazz wants to play h4. Petrosian wants to play g5. g5 is definitely the correct move here because this creates immediate threats. And it's a more versatile move than h4 is because g5, generally speaking, allows you to play for three different plans. It allows you to play for f4, f5. It allows you to play for rook g1, rook g3, queen h5, rook h3, and mate. And it allows you to play for h4, h5, g6. If you play in this position h4, you reduce yourself completely unnecessarily from 3 plans to 1. Don't do that. So, definite g5, played. Knight b3, played. A b3 back. Knight d7. And in this position, we have got a great variety of attacking moves and ideas. I'm curious to know what you would do here with white. There are lots of ways to proceed. Z Nation is going to have a field day because he's playing something similar. Moises Comta, we agreed that on knight d4 we take back with the rook, not the bishop. And if you play knight g4 there, I have got rook c4 again. And you lose a piece. Good question, though. Good question. There's a very similar line where the main line, but I think it's after rook g1, b5. I think there's a theoretical line here that goes with knight f5. I'm 100% certain that this is theory. Takes knight d5 back in the f5. I would be willing to put money on the fact that this is a theoretical line. But it wasn't played. Nor is it the engine's favorite move, as in rook g1. Greetings from Spain. Hola, senor. What on earth are you doing awake in Spain right now, where the time is about 2 o'clock in the morning? What the heck, bruv? But I'm all the happier that you are here. How do you pick between f4 and h4? What you need to ask yourself is, if you want to decide between these two, is that, is f4, f5 going to accomplish a lot? Or is it better to take one extra move and play h4, h5, g6? The players are a Hungarian player who was posthumously given a Grandmaster title, and I'm still keeping this riddle open. The black player is a well-known, back in the day was well-known Italian international master who goes by the name of Enrico Paoli. So in this case, based on that explanation that I have provided, I would play f4. Because f5 is very bitey. And then f5 has the potential to hurt e6 as well as going up to f6. And as a matter of fact, it was played. Was it? No, it wasn't. h4 was played. So, yeah, that was plan B. By the way, according to the engine, the value difference between h4 and f4 is about 0.2. No. Forget e5, guys. Forget about e5. It is a catastrophic blunder to play e5 in 99% of these positions. Like, you just gave me 2 knights to kill you. e5 is completely out of question. If e5 can be met by either knight f5 or knight d5 with tempo, you're almost certainly dead. And I can do both. So you lost this game and the next one. Hello, baby. All right, so back to the game. h4, b5. And now I want a very good move, which actually was already spoken in the Twitch chat. Farah 350 and the guy is watching me. I need to say cheers to that. You are a fair dinkum legend. Not awfully. So you're right. G6 is the correct move. And the idea is that if they take, then we are going to play h5 and try to open up the h5. Now you're asking me, why don't we play g6 right away and after take g5? But I think that black has more defensive options here. For example, I can potentially go back to f6. Yeah? Maybe. But not a world of a difference, really. But somehow it feels to me smoother to play h4 first. because then it rolls more naturally. And after b5, you go g6, you go h5, and you go like, good luck, bruv, defending this mess. X slash, too kind, man, too kind, too kind. And now black is in all kinds of hurt. This is not looking good. They played g5, which is a very human move. Very human move. Trying to keep everything as closed as possible. What do we do? Yeah, I hear you, Viral Stigma. There is not a lot of difference there. H6? No, wait, before you call H6, I would like you to think about what that accomplishes, because your objective is to open up. H6 closes down, yeah? H6 looks good if you are black. H6, G6, and we failed to open up either file. This is the very definition of what you do not want with white. Mr. Thompson wants to play Rook D to B1. But I'm sure he's meaning to go to G1. Which of course is the best move, because we need to bring all the boys to the party. And we want to take this. Very good and super basic move. Yeah, you don't need to complicate. They played Rook HG1. And I'm trying to grasp the difference. And frankly, I am yet to... Oh! This is genius! Holy! Wow! Wow, so it turns out that this is actually far inferior to Rook HG1. That is insane, and I will explain you the reason unless someone can find out themselves. I'm going to give you 30 seconds to figure out why this is actually worse than Rook HG1. Very good slash psychic or physic. I don't know which one you are. Can't be bothered reading it. The point is that Rook DG1 leaves this one a little bit loose, and black has Bishop F6.
Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games.
Daniel Goert aus Deutschland, if I recall rightly, but I may be wrong. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And now we can't take because d4 is hanging. Also note, by the way, that, and I am sometimes guilty of this too, is that rook d g1 is the more appealing move on account of we want to keep the rooks here and here, right? But the reality is that the rook on h1 is completely useless. And the reason for that is it's because there is absolutely zero potential scenarios where there will be anything happening on the h file. Because you want to take on g5, it's unstoppable, and once we do, we're going to kill them on the g file. Matter of fact, you will double up on the g file. The h file is useless because we have this pawn, and if we push, they push past. So the rook literally has no use on the h file, despite optically it appears to be a useful piece, but it isn't. Why is f4, gf? Wow, this is getting wild. I'm not even sure if gf was forced, by the way. I would just go b4 here. But maybe you have knight f5 here too. The engine labels f4 as a blunder. Yeah, b4, knight f5, I guess, yeah, maybe. Bishop back. I feel like we are fishing here unnecessarily. Like the game is just so much cleaner. You just go rook g1 and you take this and you don't risk a single thing. b4 played. Where do we go with the horse? Yeah, look, I'm now engaging with the YouTube chat. So after rook dg1, bishop f6, you want knight f5. That's all fine and dandy, but we don't even have a threat here, friend. Like, what if I just play a pass? Right? Like, it's not like knight f5 has added a whole new layer of... Maybe you can take this, but even that, I doubt it works. So yeah, I wouldn't risk it for the biscuit. I missed that follow, whoever that was. Welcome in. So yeah, rook g1 is just clean. Okay, b4. And what do we do now? Ah, that's it, baby. You know it. You know it. If I ask where does the knight go, it's certain that it doesn't go anywhere. But then what do we do? What do we do? Now knight f5, but what was the point of rook g1 then? I feel like we are playing extremely inconsistent chess if that's what we do. I mean, fair, because it threatens with check, and if takes, then take, and then bishop g5 maybe. But I think, once again, we are guilty of complicating matters, and I think we are ready to resign this, right? Yeah, this is not good at all. This is not good at all. Once again, easy and simple is the one. Noyed recommends bishop g5, which is cool, but then you have to tell me what you want to do after bishop g5, rook g5, bc. You want to pile up on the g file. I'll give you full credits. Bishop g5 played. Bishop takes is forced. Rook takes. And in this position, Pauli played knight f6, trying to bring more defenders to the king's side, but it was a futile effort. BC. Now, when you say piling up on the g file, rook here wins. But there is a much, much better move here than that. My Arabic friend Unfortunately, I don't read Arabic, so I can't tell you what you are called. But hi to you as well. Can you type in English what your name is? Because your name pops up in Arabic. Oh, Treehog, you are hurting my feelings so badly, Muddy. I wish you hadn't said that. Knight a4 shuts down the attack. What attack? The only attack that's happening, my friend, in this position is on the king side. This shuts down one attack, your own. Because you just wasted a move that we could have spent on killing the opponent. Do not be that guy who plays here knight a4. Tuan Kiet, cool. Are you Vietnamese? That sounds very Vietnamese to me. Welcome in. Yeah, so bishop g5, rook g5, bc. And I need a mate. Rook g7 says Z Nation. Can you provide a line? Needless to say that you are completely on the money. It has to be rook g7. Right, so after basically what you need to see is that check if the king goes to the h file, rook g1, and the mate can't be stopped. Then you also need to quickly check if the king slithers away. And here you find a beautiful mate after king e5, which is knight f3. Yeah. And finally, if the king drops back, you again have check, you again have rook g1, and you again have a beautiful victory written next to your name. This is why we don't play knight a4. Oh, it's Suleiman, right? Which is, I guess, a different spelling for Suleiman, which is a Turkish name. Suleiman actually used to be a military rank in the Ottoman Empire. And the game is over. Oh no, not quite. Let me show you how it ended. They played knight f6. By the way, you are welcome for the history lessons as well. What do we do now? Look, the Miss Knight f3 mate is one of those things where you calculate it and you find it. Because there is no way there is no mate there. So, what do we do now, ladies? Rook g1. Of course. Absolutely. Now, the idea was that they would drop back here. Who can tell me why rook takes g7, knight takes g7, queen g4 doesn't work here? After king h8, you just bring the queen up again. Triple up on the g file and then rook h7, queen g7 mate. What do you mean we have no pieces left to mate with? I just said take queen g4 and it's mate on g7. But Z Nation answered it correctly. And baby did too. The f pawn can move, thus opening up the 7th. And so Delhi here chose a different path. By the way, knight f5 would have been a really delightful way to go about life here. EF, just to credit viral stigma. Knight d5, queen d8, and who can tell me here the coup de grace? Oh, sorry, I forgot to turn on the chat bot. So your commands don't work, Mr. Random, but I'm turning it on now for you. This is actually quite difficult. Thank you for the French lessons too. What kind of French lesson have I ever given? Chatbot says I'm offline. Oh, coup de grace, yes. Yeah, leaving the knight hanging on c3 for 17 moves is definitely a nice touch. Very good viral stigma, you are on fire today. So the answer is takes h6. And the plan is to take with the pawn. That's the tricky part. So let's say that I play a pass, takes a bugger off, and queen h5. Pretty neat. So the game instead followed this path. Rook takes. We agreed that queen g4 was losing here to f6. So h6. And basically the plan is the same. Takes and then bang bang. Queen c5 played. Now we need something sexy again. First and foremost, who can tell me what black wanted to do against this? Which wasn't played. There's a clever defensive resource here, which is really not that bad. All things considered. Yes, Sergeant, it's queen d4. It is queen d4. And now taking the rook is outright bad because I just take and walk away. And if you play queen h5, I can sack the queen. And all of a sudden, although white is winning here, but now there is work to be done. Now there is work to be done. Did you say BC with perpetual? No, we're getting mated here after knight f5 because now this has been opened up. And that's exactly what happened in the game. White played here the super sexy knight f5, both removing the knight from on prey and also blocking off the 5th rank. And after ef5, what is the genius idea here, guys? What is the genius idea? Queen h5 is not bad, but then I have queen f2 maybe. Now that does win too, but there is a very pretty way to put this away, which no one said yet. By the way, if you are watching this stream on YouTube and you're not a YouTube subscriber, please smack that subscribe button right now. Knight d5, that's it. And that introduces a mate in 2 threat. Knight f6 check, king h8 takes g7 mate. How epically beautiful is that? Did anyone notice that? That against Rendo, I have check and mate. I mean, this is the sexiest mate you will see today. Ooh. Thank you, Simon. Good boy. You are my hero today, man. Welcome to the crew. So, HG7. No. 90. Oh, yes, sorry. EF, take, HG7. Oh, no, he messed it up. He didn't play knight f5. He did not play knight d5. He took g7 first. Loser. Tragic. And after f4, did he play knight d5? Now he's going for a different checkmate. No, I'm kidding. So, the player in question was Peter Deli. Peter Deli, or Deli Peter, as you would say in Hungarian. A very, very gifted attacker from 50s, 60s, 70s. An absolute masterpiece. An absolute masterpiece. That is for sure. Oh boy. And if there is anyone in the chat who would like to have some of their games analyzed, I think I'm gonna stay on for another game, and that's about the size of it. I'm gonna quickly check if I've played anything fancy lately. Let's blow our own trumpet a little bit, shall we? But I don't remember playing anything cool. Wow, what? Hello, anyone home? I seem to have a leg wave. Yeah, Z-Nation, give me the FEN. Give me the FEN. Wow, something is going on. Maybe Easy is messing with the internet. Yeah, we're totally dead. Indeed, it is the very Al Thompson who won the book. You are correct. Holy heck, you have some flash memory. Yeah, X/, if I could bring up a analysis board, that would be marvelous. But I don't even seem to be able to do that. No. Yeah, I have an analysis board. All right, the first one to give me an FEN is going to be the last one.
Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games.
I was
Hey,
hoping you got
Smurfette.
kicked off Twitch.
No, I haven't been kicked off yet. I don't think I'm giving any reasons to be kicked off. Apart from being an old-fashioned dude. What is this position, bruv? What do you want me to do? And how did you get into this red hot mess? Wow, 400 moves are threatened, so this is gonna be pretty wild. Yeah, I'm guessing that we are going to sack a piece here, right? And then jump around the remaining squares. That's what I would suspect here. Okay, so let's try this. Rook e1, f4. I take... why didn't you send me the FEN right here on the chat? That's weird. And then check. King f8, and then I resign. Maybe knight h4. Yeah, this actually looks quite unpleasant for black. Let's go back. So I played rook e1. What if e4? Maybe bishop d4 then. If bishop d4 they can castle though, right? Oh wait, I have a check. Hello? Okay, that's not playable. So yeah, my guess is rook e1. Am I right, Physic? Is this what you wanted to see? I still don't really like white's position though, because if black doesn't commit to either, then I don't know what I'm doing. But it's difficult to castle because h6 is hanging. Maybe knight g6. Yeah, I don't like this position for white. But if black commits to a pawn push here, then things are going to get very dicey. Alright, let me quickly check... the study that our good friend Z Nation sent to us, and this might be the last act of this stream. Okay, this is interesting. So this is a white to move and win, so it has to start with a7, right? So what's black's counterplan here? Check. If king b4, check. And if I go to e the square, then rook a7 catches my pawn. So a7, rook check. Let's go back to b2. Wait, what the hell does... Wait, what? Okay, I'm confused. Oh, okay. So if a7 rook check, king b2, then there is rook b3 check. And if I go to c2 or c1, then the rook goes behind my pawn. So a7 rook check, king b2, rook check, king here, and then there is b4. Ha. Okay, this is rough. Okay, so maybe after a7, am I better off if the rook is here and not here? I can go a7 check, king back, and then b4. Oh, baby! Oh, man. I am the smartest human on the planet. I am the smartest human on the planet. Check this out. a7, b4 check back. Rook here and d4 check. If en passant, the pawn blocks the check, I can promote to queen. If the king goes to any of these squares, I can check the rook down. And the king cannot go to these two squares, because then I promote with check. So if king here, check wins the rook. If king takes, check wins the rook. If king hero here, then I'm checking the rook down from here. And that's it. They ran out of squares. Oh, that was golden. Absolutely golden. What a motif. The black king has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 legal moves, and they all lose. What a way to finish the stream. What a way to finish the stream. Z-Nation, that was really, really cool, man. Thank you for that. That was big, Dion. That was big. Oh, okay, that's actually interesting. So, a7, rook check back, b4 queen, rook takes, takes. Wait, the king is on e5, so it's king d4, right? Yes, and we can't stop c3. King b2, king d3, he. Well, it's pretty obvious, right? Unless I'm missing something, I don't see what's fascinating about this. Because then isn't it just forcingly draw because all pawns come off? I don't mean to diss you, man, but yeah, the problem here is that in this position the knight can't come closer. Because I shouldn't need to take this. But the knight can't come closer. That's the real drama here. I'm wondering if the king was on d5 in this position, would knight f5 win? But even then, king d3, knight check, king here. Yeah, no. No, this is completely hopeless to draw. But the final position with d4 is absolutely delightful. Right. Alright, ladies and gents, that's gonna be it for today. Had a jolly good time with you. I hope that it is mutual. And I look forward to seeing you again. God knows when. Potentially on Sunday, maybe. Maybe not. I'll see. I can't make promises, so I'm not going to do any. Take care. Love you all. Actually, I think I could raid you somewhere at least on Twitch. Who should we raid? That's right, Hannah. Alright, take care, lovelies. What? Take care, lovelies. It was good fun. I will see you in the next one. Cheerio.